Good evening, everyone. This is actually take two on this. My allergies are nuts right now, so I will attempt to complete this without a sneezing fit, which is what happened during take one. So I hope as you're reading these marvelous Psalms that you've had time to really sit with um, the fact that right here at the end of book three, or book four of the Psalter, right when we're getting to the point where the book of Psalms has been rehearsing the reasons for the exile and the experience of the exile and preparing God's people to move out of exile. Right there, we find this group of Psalms from 93 to 99, known as the Adonai Malak Psalms, the Lord reigns. And it's really amazing if you stop and think that as the Spirit guided the collectors of these Psalms to put them in order in the book of Psalms, that right here, where Israel could be so tempted to turn inward and think only of itself, us getting back to the land, us getting a temple rebuilt, us back to the way it used to be, that the Spirit will not allow for that. Because right in the middle of these Psalms about the Lord reigning is this strong emphasis on the peoples, on the nations, on all the earth. And that's not clearer. It couldn't be any clearer than what we find in Psalm 96. Psalm 96 is like this great explosion of praise, and it's a call to prayer. 3 times there's a call to sing. 3 times there's a call to ascribe glory to the Lord. There's a call to declare his glory. There's a call to rejoice. And notice who it is that's being called to do these things. This is far larger than Israel. Psalm 96 verse 1, sing to the Lord all the earth. Verse 7, ascribe glory to the Lord, O families of the peoples. And interestingly, in verse 11, let the heavens and the earth be glad and rejoice. This is a bigger picture of what it means for the Lord to be king. Yes, that is good news for Israel, but it is also good news for the peoples of the earth. And the psalmist and the Spirit will not allow Israel to forget that their very reason for existing as a called apart people was for the nations. Remember Abraham's call. In you, all the nations of the earth will be blessed. And Israel's reason for existing, their raison d'etre, was to share with the nations this word, Yahweh reigns. And this psalm looks forward to that eschatological moment, that moment when all things culminate and Israel will have done its job. And the nations will know that the Lord reigns. The nations will be able to bless the name of the Lord and tell of his salvation, of his marvelous deeds. The nations will be able to praise the Lord, recognizing that he is to be feared above all gods. The nations will know that honor and majesty and strength and beauty are found in the presence of Yahweh. And interestingly enough, we see in verse 11 this call to the heavens and the earth to rejoice, the sea, all that fills it, the fields and everything that are in them. We see exactly what Paul talks about in Romans chapter 8, where he says that the whole creation is groaning until the revealing of the children of God. There is this understanding that in that final culminating time, when the Lord takes his place on the throne, and when the nations come streaming to worship him, not just Israel, but all the nations of the earth, that the very creation itself will be released from decay and bondage, as Paul says, and will join its voice in this great chorus of praise. And so this speaks, I think, to how we live in the here and now. Just as Israel was not allowed to get, as we say in Spanish, ensimismada, self-focused, inward-focused, so the Church of Jesus, the Spirit is continually calling us away from an inward focus, navel gazing, if you will, to use a contemporary phrase. We are continually being pushed to have a focus on a larger horizon, on the nations, on the peoples, and to look forward with expectant hope for that day when, as Paul says, the glory of the children of God shall be revealed, and all of creation will join in praise and thanksgiving for release from bondage. So Psalm 96 is a psalm that forces us out of the smallness, out of the confines of whatever little Christian box we are in, and pushes us to see with a bigger horizon. And so I hope that if you haven't already done so, that you'll spend some time with Psalm 96 this week. God bless.